all people are looking to try and get a little bit more perceptive with how they're taking the stages. It's not just like, let's just walk to PS2 without any forethought whatsoever, but we're seeing MkLeo lock in the Pyramithra with the Incineroar versus Palu Peach, just like we expected.
Here in the same vein of what you said a second ago, we've got character specialists with Juanpi and MuteAce, but like Skyjay and MuteAce locked in their characters. You know who they're playing. But MkLeo, and you said, you were telling me before we started, Juanpi's got a little bit of a character pool too in case they want to try to mix it up. So, and MkLeo, they play
yeah, I mean, they have such a diverse character pool overall, but already into game number 1, Skyjay just holding down the center stage and Leo just running point to set them up. I think this is the exact type of situation you want to be in doubles where you have the heavy playing that back line and Leo essentially setting up point.
Absolutely. You see the way Skyjay was holding down the stage, but the second like a kill was ready to be taken, Skyjay was the first one off stage to get it.
Already 2 stocks off the board in favor of MkLeo and Skyjay. I think the easiest way for them to get back into this is just start trying to at least bully Skyjay out of the equation, try and create an isolated situation just like that, and on the board for MuteAce and Juanpi.
And it's rough because for Incineroar, they struggle to recover, especially against characters like Peach and Power that just don't want you to come back. Skyjay's really going to have to make sure that he goes back to center stage and doesn't take advantage of almost being too greedy, because Incineroar wants to do that, but not quite what these characters want.
Yeah, and I think one of the great things about what we're seeing right now is exactly how we see Leo just going through both Pyra and Mithra, setting up these great kills. Good effort from Skyjay to preserve the stock going pretty low, but makes it back, and the first stock for Leo finally falls.
It doesn't look too bad with Juanpi not at low percents. Like, it still feels fairly even as long as they can get Skyjay out of the equation, like you said earlier. But MuteAce losing that stock, not favorable for them right now.
A little bit of friendly fire coming in on the way of MkLeo taking out Skyjay, but right now this is a pretty commanding position. You have Skyjay at a low percentage, only behooves Incineroar, and now you have MkLeo going in, mixing up and setting these combos, a good use of the up B, but I think you have to be a little bit more careful, especially with Juanpi being able to shark with those up airs.
I love the way that MkLeo and Skyjay were boxing them to center stage, a place that feels like where you want to go, where that feels safe. And you could see the hesitation from both Juanpi and MuteAce to not commit, because either way they went, it almost felt like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, part of it is just how they are playing right now, setting up their positioning. Ooh, Skyjay just causing constant havoc out on the field. MkLeo stuffing out this leg. It feels so smothering when you're in this position at high percentages, 135 and 111 a pop, up till finally takes out MuteAce, and Skyjay shortly after closes out the stock onto Juanpi. 1-0 in favor of MkLeo and Skyjay.
I love the way a Alolan Whip interacts in doubles, because that active hitbox when the clothesline hits, you'll run into it on accident, and then you get ejected just as far as they did, and you didn't deserve it. It's not fair.
Hey man, using that projectile is all about it. Use your partner as a bullet, essentially.
All's fair in a Lola, I guess, right?
Yeah, all is fair in a Lola and war, but running back the exact same comp, I didn't see where they locked in stage-wise. They might just be running it back to PS2. I think if you are in the position of MuteAce and Juanpi, you might want to start looking for more aerial game, trying to keep them in the air and prevent them from hitting the ground. And condensing the stage and going to small battlefield is a great way to kick off that strategy.
It's hard because normally the counterplay in Incineroar is to go for single hits and to keep right out of that burst range so you can't get hit by a Alolan Whip. But doubles doesn't afford you the luxury of space a lot of the time. So, and those stray hits that Incineroar can get with revenge just work so well in Skyjay's favor. But MuteAce not letting him land as much as he can.
Juanpi has been taking a good bit of damage right now. I do like the synergy between MkLeo and Skyjay at the moment. Their way they are setting up the combos with the whip are great, but more importantly, they are just constantly ping-ponging between the two. You can see how Skyjay is setting up for a one-on-one against MuteAce. That nair sets up a bad situation for MuteAce, but Skyjay ultimately loses the stock early.
I love the idea. The idea was there, just didn't work out.
Yeah, not 100% execution, but the idea, like you said, is correct. MuteAce still living a little bit on borrowed time right now with Incineroar on that low of a stock, but I think this is the exact position we were just talking about they want to be in. You have Juanpi and MuteAce holding down the center of the stage. This feels like where they want to be, but that counter is racking up, and you are terrified of that back air. Holy moly.
Oh, and the nair right at ledge. And MkLeo just holding it down. Just such solid gameplay.
I mean, when you have such solid fundamentals like that, it's almost hard to try and get control of this game. But look at this, MuteAce, 155, still holding onto a stock, but Juanpi onto their last as well. Skyjay finally falling as well. And this is a great position for MuteAce and Juanpi.
A rare time to see Incineroar's nair lose.
Yeah, really rare that you often see that ability fall short, and a buff Alolan Whip just falling a little bit short. I think one thing that we're seeing really well is how Skyjay is floating just outside of the effective range and using that nair to keep flicking back to the other side of the stage.
Absolutely.
You rack up so much quick damage just off of that fast aerial.
And such a threatening hitbox to just throw out. Like, what do you do? Skyjay not, still living.
Juanpi having to take another stock away from MuteAce, and that revenge, as well as the Alolan Lip, is doing so much damage, spiking Juanpi spiking MkLeo, getting disoriented by this great gameplay.
And we're seeing these Juanpi and MuteAce start to push MkLeo and Skyjay into the corner and really start to try to lock them down. The thing you acknowledged about MkLeo and Skyjay's game plan that I've been seeing from Juanpi and MuteAce, they're just a little off in execution. Like, their spacing is just a hair off, because we're seeing the attempts at handoffs and passbacks. Like right there, I thought we were going to see the end of the game.
MkLeo just really making it back, but the back air certainly seals it. It looks like the change in scenery really did benefit Juanpi and MuteAce in this best of 3 in winter semis.
Definitely looked like game 1 felt so dominant from MkLeo and Skyjay that it felt like they were going to have to make a drastic change, but they really just locked down their space and didn't try to fight their way out of situations as much. That really got them the win there.
Yeah, and it feels like part of the way they're handling this is utilizing the space that they had. I do think going to a Smashville adjacent stage like this does really benefit Skyjay. You're able to get some of those ladder combos into the air a little bit easier, but more importantly, we can see how they're going to start setting up for some of these side blast zone kills. I think this ultimately benefits the team in a great way, but one adjustment I think we might see is Skyjay might not be nearly as aggressive running off stage this game.
And you took the words right out of my mouth. I think Skyjay just needs, like I said, to kind of go back to that plan of locking down center stage a little bit more. But the temptation of Incineroar, the devil on your shoulder, did not go for the aggressive options that sometimes just work for free.
But looking at this spacing, especially around the F-tilt, using this nair, Skyjay is just hammering away at options on MuteAce. But more importantly, he's taking 64%, and Juanpi and MuteAce are just slowly whittling away at the armor that Skyjay has from being a heavy.
Right, and you saw the Peach use down smash to cover the Alolan Whip attempt to come back. Such a great option to edge guard. That move is so good.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, fighting their way out of the corner now. We see Juanpi and MuteAce really trying to make a push to keep the lead, not get trapped in the corner like they were in that game 1.
And they're just racking up that consistent damage, but one side of that coin you have to think about is you're giving Skyjay just a lot of rage.
And a lot of rage and a lot of revenges. The revenge stacks are going crazy.
Ooh, abusing the Alolan Whip time right there, and Juanpi closes out the stock onto Skyjay. Leo also kind of living on borrowed time right now, sitting on Pyra.
He's done that every game, and it almost feels like he's getting away with murder, living as long as he is.
Jeez, 146, still staying alive, back to Mythra, and Skyjay putting the team into the blender, but finally closing out the Leo stock. We are looking at an even game right now.
A little hip check, we'd love to see it.
We're in Nashville, we got the home of the Predators right now. So
when I see Incineroar start line dancing, that's how I know.
Ooh, good combos coming in from MuteAce. And
Scrapping! They're scrapping! I love it.
I really like the drag down from Juanpi there right in the center, kind of setting up onto that platform, but more importantly, getting Leo into the corner and ooh! Huge conversion there from MuteAce to rob a stock away from Skyjay.
You saw Skyjay try to rip the up air. That probably would have done the same if it had hit.
Just a little too slow, but Skyjay really trying to push forward, having to take a few unnecessary risks, and Juanpi takes out MuteAce down to their last stocks, and Leo holding on for that second stock for dear life. The back air connects. Ooh, Skyjay was looking for a really early stock there.
I love to see when MkLeo and Skyjay are in the corner. Skyjay is standing behind MkLeo and letting him use the massive hitboxes that the Aegis award him. And then when MkLeo finally gets hit, Skyjay is there immediately to make to counterattack, so they don't lose advantage. It's like a dance, and I love it.
Great coverage there from MuteAce, taking out Leo and Skyjay in quick succession. This is a huge match point for Juanpi and MuteAce.
Oh, I thought, and it almost felt like MkLeo and Skyjay were just doing like ahead, and all of a sudden they weren't.
They were, but still high percentages for Juanpi and MuteAce. I love how Juanpi is just dancing just outside of that effective range from Leo. Drag down connects, and here comes the ping pong trying to bail out MuteAce from the jab combo, and now here we are at the ledge setup once again.
And even after all that, MkLeo is still only at 78%. Oh, and that's not the stock.
Not enough just yet. The back throw did not secure either way, but MuteAce quickly following up after the shield dropped. The down air isn't enough, but MuteAce still surviving.
And MkLeo fighting from the corner and still keeping both of these characters in check.
Almost enough, and Juanpi finally goes down. It's going to last hit for MuteAce and MkLeo. Switching to Mythra, it might not be enough. The speed is looking to control MuteAce right now. The back airs are trying to connect. It is a tense situation.
And that parasol is coming so clutch for MuteAce, preventing a lot of MkLeo's edge guard attempts. How will he get out of the corner?
Tries the Z-drop with a turn and trying some float shenanigans right now, but it's all just out of the range of the Pyra.
MuteAce is in his head, but will he be able to commit to the kill?
Leo playing so patiently, and the side B not enough, just barely surviving. Leo flirting off stage and trying to get MuteAce with the down air. I like these options of just holding on to the side B, but it's not enough yet. This feels like such a dance between the two of them.
The patience between both of these players to not heavy commit. Oh, and MkLeo might have thrown his last side B, but it's still enough.
And that nair is enough to seal it. MkLeo and MuteAce clearing out the game.
What a roller coaster of a game. What a roller coaster of a set. This is crazy.
I think the players are still thinking this is a best of 5. Is this best? This is only best of 3 territory, I believe.
I'm not sure.
But Leo and Skyjay taking a 2-1 over Juanpi and MuteAce.
What a great comeback from MkLeo. Really rolling the boulder up the hill and managing to get it to the top. Because there was a section there where he was just getting bounced back and forth, and I was like, he's not going to land. This may be over. And he did it.
I think. Oh, we're still rolling with it. Okay.
I guess this is best of 5. No, it says winner semi best of 3.
All right. Well,
4 great games.
Yeah, 4 games. Let's just keep it rolling. It's interesting to see right now how these players have adapted Skyjay, just using that lingering nair to punish people who are just hanging above the ledge, trying to at least place some interference on his partner. But
it was such it almost looked like tennis the way MkLeo and Skyjay were taking turns jumping over each other to commit the edge guard from the pressure that the other one set up to ledge trap. It's so fun to watch these players just really go at it. And both players getting hit by the Alone Whip again.
Yeah, and
MuteAce is dead. Oh, and Not enough for Juanpi.
Not enough for Juanpi, but Leo still holding on to the stock at 110.
Every game.
Yeah, but it's also having that presence of mind to know, all right, this is the option that I can go for. And Skyjay closing out these stocks so consistently, being the enforcer for Leo, but you know, one stock gone, still not enough. The stock tank is still alive, or so I have ended that stock.
The players love to make us wrong. It's their favorite thing. I've learned that over the last 2 years of me trying to be a commentator. Every time I open my big mouth about something, I learned that these players will go out of their way to make sure that I was wrong.
Look at the reads coming out from Leo, trying to call out some of these options that you would think is safe when Skyjay is threatening an aerial. Just that neutral air dodge immediately being threatened by an F smash. The synergy between both of these teams, with Juanpi and MuteAce or Leo and Skyjay, is really something to behold.
It needs to be studied how much Skyjay is getting away with just throwing side B out, because the move is so terrifying. Oh my. Up to heaven. Never to be seen again.
Good adaptations coming on the side of Leo and Skyjay. They did lose a set on this same stage not long ago, but good overall play. Still living at high percents. Really great play from Juanpi. He's playing defensive and able to continue strings against both of these players and set MuteAce up for eventual stock closures. Still living the whip.
I've seen Juanpi have Skyjay in so many bad situations, like ledge trapping situations, but pulling the trigger a little too early. So I'd love to see Juanpi, if I may, see Juanpi slow down just a little bit to get those ledge traps and maybe get Skyjay out of here fast.
Yeah, one thing I just wanted to quickly point out, did you see how Juanpi had MkLeo in a checkmate off stage and got reversaled by Leo off stage? So now we're back to an even game. Skyjay is racking up rage, and you have the team of Juanpi and MuteAce still in the high 70s, and Leo's essentially on a fresh stock. Leo playing great defense for Skyjay right now, being able to just keep one person out while he is racking up as much damage as possible. But you have Juanpi still poking with these fares, doing a great job of just setting people towards MuteAce for the redirect.
Oh my.
Whip isn't enough.
They're in a bad spot right now. MkLeo and Skyjay just commanding the sides of the stage. And Skyjay off stage with Palutena. And we see, what are they gonna do? Oh, and a great side B from MuteAce to get out of that really bad situation.
But unfortunately hitting Juanpi because of the grab with Leo setting him up. Blazing Edge doesn't close out the stock. 174 for Juanpi, having to play very conservative right now.
And we talked about it last game. We want to see Skyjay go back to center stage and kind of just hold that positioning more. You see Skyjay just running on, hold down. No reason to do anything, because you can be ready to revenge, or you can be ready to just burst option. Oh.
Good idea from Leo, but Skyjay now having to play the one-on-one against MuteAce, but okay, the fair closes it out.
Stretch them legs.
Good games to Leo, Skyjay, MuteAce, and Juanpi. Leo and Skyjay will be moving on to winners finals 3-1.
And a couple hairy wins there. Couple ones that look like Juanpi and MuteAce really could have had it in their own control. But MkLeo really dominating that 2v1, and Skyjay just doing Incineroar things.
Yeah, when you have the best Incineroar across from you, but not only that, the ability to use Incineroar so well in doubles, but shaking off some of those early stock losses. You know, some players, when they lose a stock in that fashion where they might have died a little bit early, it can rattle them. And they'll be in a position where they think, okay, I have to take more gambles to try and overcome this deficit that I've created.
Absolutely.
But not players like Skyjay and Leo. They're just composed enough to say, it happened, let's move on and get to the next stock. And multiple times, they've been able to just reversal the other team and equalize the game in a heartbeat.
And the thing that I mentioned during the set, in doubles, you have way less space. And a character like Incineroar that wants you to be right there on him just works so well, like you said, with the synergy of doubles. And MkLeo being able to just command whatever zone of the stage he was on. Let Skyjay